has undergone a renovation. So this is our new homesdatabase.com, which is, of course, our consumer portal. So anybody in the general public can go to this website and search for all of the active properties that are in the MRIS database. All of your listings will automatically feed to homesdatabase.com. We're giving you extra marketing here. In addition, there's also a place where you can market your open houses. Any open house information that goes in through the Keystone system will automatically be fed here into the Homes Database website so that any consumer can search for open houses. And let me click into one of these to show you. So you can see the display has been updated some. It's a little bit more modern. There's a lot more screen blank spaces. That's just to accommodate different types of monitors, different types of resolutions. It makes it a little easier for printing as well. Everything should fit on one page. Now, there's a lot of different tools that a consumer will have when they go in to view your listing on this website. Here's all of your contact information. That's why it's so important to have that information updated in the MRIS database. Some agents assume that when they update information through the board, that it automatically gets fed to us. That's not the case. We don't get any information from the board as far as your contact info. So make sure you do update both. There is a schedule a viewing, request information. There's a place where they can get maps and directions. They can even print a brochure, get school information. So do a lot of research on this website. Now, homesdatabase.com is powered by MRIS, and certainly we don't sell real estate. We just help facilitate it. So we want them to go to you. Okay, so if they wanted more information and so on, the request information page goes directly to your email. Okay. Close this out.
I have a question.
Yes.
This homesdatabase.com. I had it many years ago, but now you have this other list hub or
List hub, yes.
Or what is it called? You know, it's another group.
Is it List Hub?
No.
Listing book?
Listing book.
Oh, Listing Book. Okay,
what
Listing.
is the difference? I'm so
Okay.
confused.
Listing Book is totally different. Homesdatabase.com is a consumer portal. So if you were Jane Smith looking for a house, you can just go onto this website and look up homes. Okay? You don't have to be logged in. You don't have to know an agent. You don't have to be associated with any company. With Listing Book, it's a marketing tool for the agent to kind of send out to their sphere and say, hey, I hear you're looking for a home. Let me set you up with an account. So it's a way for them to get leads. Okay, but that consumer has to have already met you or had some type of interaction with you first. Okay, so that's really the difference between the two. This one, there's no strings attached. You just go on there and search, just like you would on Realtor.com or any of those sites.
Can we just mention that now if you have an open house, it'll be, in Matrix, it'll be reflected there.
Right.
Didn't it always do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it
so
always
it's not a new feature, it's...
Right,
Okay.
It's always done that. That's correct. It's just Homes Database actually got a facelift, so I was showing the new renovations there.
Is Homes Database current? Is it real time?
Real time. It's real time. As soon as something hits the market into Keystone, it reflects right here. As soon as something changes to a contingent, to a pending status or to a different status other than active, it'll be pulled off.
So it only shows active.
It only shows active. Now, that being said, active also includes the contingent kick-out, contingent no kick-out. So those three are technically active. Once it moves into a contract status, then it gets dropped off. Okay? It's no longer available at that point. Now, we've also split out the search so that a consumer can quickly go and find homes, which would normally be like the detached. And then they can also go into the condo/townhouse tab. So, we know what the difference would be, but a consumer really didn't know. So this makes it a little easier, a little more user-friendly for them to search for different types of properties. In addition, we also pulled out the foreclosures, and this actually doesn't come, it doesn't feed directly from the MRIS foreclosures. It feeds into another database, so it has a lot of different foreclosures that may or may not be in the MRIS system. So a lot of really good services here on the new homesdatabase.com. Any consumer who goes there has a variety of different ways to search for properties. Now I'm also going to take you to MRIS TV. So you can see every time I come loaded with a lot of info for you. Yes?
I had another question
Yes.
about the REOs.
Mm-hmm.
If you're showing foreclosures that are not in the MRIS system,
Correct.
to me that has presented a lot of problems with clients in the past
Mhm.
because they want that, but it's not available for us to do anything with them.
Right.
Why do you include something that's not something that we support, and that's one of our listings?
You know, actually, I misspoke on homesdatabase.com because it's powered by MRIS. We only pull it from our database. It's the listings that are triggered by the foreclosure, yes.
Okay.
And,
So,
I'm sorry. I was actually thinking of the foreclosure tab in Matrix, which is not foreclosures in the Matrix MRIS system. I'll show you when we get to the Matrix. So there's a separate
But for
foreclosure
the
tab.
consumer-
Yeah.
For the
For the consumer, it's just the MRIS foreclosure properties.
Because we used to have something, I can't remember which one it was, that listed all foreclosures.
Yes.
There were potential foreclosures, they might be foreclosures, and it really presented a lot of problems.
Right.
Consumers wanted that, and we had no
And it
way
wasn't
to-
available for you.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
this is only what's in MRI.
Correct, yes. I was thinking of the other foreclosure
Okay, thank you.
Matrix. Okay, so we also came out recently with MRIS TV. MRIS TV is basically, it's a portal for you guys. It's also available to the public because there's no login behind it, but really it's more geared towards realtors in the MRIS footprint. So what we do is we produce 2 shows. They're unique shows that we actually create and produce. One of which is called Real Estate IQ, which is what's being presented right here. And they come out on a weekly basis. Real Estate IQ is kind of like a Meet the Press type of show. So it's a panel, and they'll discuss different topics having to do with real estate. So it's really good. If you're looking for content for your website, one of the highest rated type of content is video content. Because YouTube, as you all know, is owned now by Google. Okay, so Google actually gives priority to YouTube videos that are connected on websites. If you have videos on your website, Google kind of looks at it in a higher manner than just regular text. So you can actually grab the content here and link directly over to this site from your website. In addition to Real Estate IQ, we also produce something called Distinctive Digs. And Distinctive Digs is kind of along the lines of like an HGTV type of show, but it's based just in our footprint. And we featured a lot of really unique homes. Like for instance, we did the Bethesda Mansion, which was on the market for like $9 million, and it's a gorgeous property. And we took you inside the property. There was also a house out in D.C. It was President Ford had dined there at one time, and now they converted it into condos. And there was this one specific condo unit that they were featuring that the guy had totally gutted out and redid. So it was actually very unique to the area. And we're always featuring other homes of that type. Yes?
How does a home get featured when you do that?
I don't really know what the process is for picking a home, although our marketing director has actually said if somebody has a unique property, and it has to be something significant about it, like a president lived there or something of that nature, you can email it to marketing@mris.net and they will consider it. And also providing that the seller or whoever is currently residing there allows us in with a TV crew.
Do they also feature the agent for that property as well, or is it just the house?
Usually it's just the property and the seller talking about the house. That one condo where President Ford had done that before, the owner was also the realtor, so he got featured in that part. Now, I don't see why the agent couldn't be there and give the tour of the home, if that's something that the seller prefers. So I don't think there is a rule against it. But it's really nice. It gives you the opportunity to kind of feature one of the unique properties. In addition to those types of shows, which again is fresh content for your website, feel free to steal them, add them onto your site. We also offer different types of videos that are training videos for you guys. So one of the things that I'm going to show you is how to work in the Matrix system on using the speed bar. So we're going to spend about 10 minutes or so talking about the speed bar. I'll explain and I'll show you how to use it. So if you'd like to review it, you can always come to the MRIS TV site and you can watch the video specifically for SpeedBar, or you can watch it for any of these other training types of things that are available. And I'll also show you another shortcut to get to that specific SpeedBar video too when we get to that part. So MRIS TV, make it a part of your favorites. Check it out every couple of weeks. I think you'll be happy with what all the content that we produce for you. And of course, Tim was here. last week, a few weeks ago, talking about RBI, so I'm not going to discuss it for you, but RBI also produces Market Watch videos, which again is fresh video content. Comes out on a monthly basis that you can always add to your website. You can promote it on Facebook, on Twitter, any of that social media that you all participate in. RPR. I'm just going to quickly talk about this because I've gotten so many questions from agents about it. RPR has really been ramping up their marketing in the past couple of months, and so our agents are well aware of what it is.
Well, I'm not. What's RPR?
RPR, Realtor. You may know more about this. Do you know more about it from NAR? Okay, it's Realtor Property Resource, and it's NAR. Yes, it's the NAR initiative. Basically, it's going to be a tool for agents and brokers to, do CMAs and do more robust types of things. So you have, if the various MLSs across the nation provide data for other MLSs to use, you will be able to run like informative CMA type things for other types of properties outside your footprint. But mainly it's another tool that agents can use when they're working with sellers.
I think I might know a little more.
Yes, please. That's all I know. I struggle with that one.
RPR is the National Association of Realtors' effort to bring more data to us than what is contained in our MLSs as well. There are companies that survey the courthouses to find sales that are not going through our system, to find information on mortgages, to find information on liens on properties, and all that sort of stuff. They sell it. It's quite expensive. The one that I know of in particular is $50,000 a year. Most of us don't want to spend that. But RPR is going to give that same service to us, hopefully at the same level for nothing, as a National Association of Realtors add-on to the features that they provide us. It'll be really exciting if they do, especially at the short sale. We'll be able to find out how many liens are on it, see what liens are there, see what's going on with the property. It's something we really need, and that's pretty exciting that NAR is going to do that for us.
Thank you. And for you guys, just be aware that MRIS has decided to participate in it. We will actually be rolling out communication on this probably in the mid to late September timeframe. That's when we will be basically unmasking it. So information will be mapped out to RPR. It is a broker opt-out option for the broker. So if the broker does not wish to participate, you can go in and opt out of it. So I'm assuming you guys would participate?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. And the broker also has the ability to do a specific opt-out per listing as well. So, in addition to that, there might be a genuine, a unique type of property that the seller says, I don't want on there for some reason, and then he can also go in and control that too. So, more information can come from Jim. That's pretty much all of the new things on the MRIS.com website. I am going to take you into Matrix and Keystone as well to show you all of the features there. So if you're ready, we'll go ahead and go into Keystone first. So in Keystone, have you all already updated or have used the Media Connect to upload your photos? Yes, some of you? Okay. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to do this, this is actually a really nice feature that we rolled out a few months back. The Keystone photo upload is no longer. Okay, we sunsetted that 2 weeks ago, so that's no longer a tool that agents could use to upload photos. Now the only way that they can upload and maintain their photos is to go through Media Connect. The nice thing about it is, of course, Media Connect actually works on every major browser, so you could be on a Mac and use it on a Safari. We're on Chrome right now, so it should work well on that. It should work anywhere that has Flash 10.0 or higher. Now the iPads, they don't have Flash, so you can't use it on that. HP, the new HP tablets I hear, has Flash, so you may be able to do it, although I don't have an HP tablet, so I can't tell you if it actually works on there. But when you go in and you add a listing, and you can be going in and just adding in the details of a listing, one of the pages that you'll be taken into is called Media Connect. So you'll actually be able to upload photos into that listing, even if you haven't yet submitted the listing, which was not the case prior. Okay? So here I'm going to show you, I haven't submitted this listing yet. It's still sitting in my work area. I can go in and edit that listing at any time. So I'm just going to go in and open my menu on the left-hand side. And then you'll see in the listing section, there's a page called Media Connect. So once you do save and continue, save and continue, save and continue, eventually you're going to get to the Media Connect page. And as soon as we get there, did it click on it? There we go. I think that's hard enough. Okay. Now there is a video, so if you like to upload your photos and you can't quite remember the steps, even though it's fairly easy to remember, you can always watch the tutorial video there's a link for it. There's also a link for it on the MRIS TV site as well. So I'm just going to click OK. Here it's giving you some tips. To add a photo, Ray, is it okay if I open up your directory? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to click on add. I'm going to click on add photos. I usually have stock photos on mine. And then you'll just find the file wherever you have your photos. I'm assuming it's under documents.
No, my photos are under pictures.
Pictures right here? Okay.
Strange place.
Yeah, there you go. Anything here where I can use some photos?
All right.
This here?
Yeah,
That looks like a good one. Okay, so Ray's actually got a lot of photos, which I'm not going to do anything with it other than to show you how to add it. So what I can do is if I had all 30 photos all in this folder, you can see I've opened up the folder. I can even go in, select all of these photos by holding down Shift. And then if I click open, it's going to drop all of these photos, up to 30, into the album. Okay. In addition, you'll have the ability to rearrange the order of the photo. So it's just going to drop it in according to whatever the order was in that folder. This message is telling you that you've just successfully added the photos. Do you want to edit the text for them now, or you can edit it later? If I click yes, it's going to take me in, and I can edit the text. Now, there are a couple of things that are required here. First of all, you'll see a drop-down box that says Category Required. The category drop-down list looks very similar to what you had as the scene codes in the old KPU. These are not scene codes. These are actually a lot shorter than the scene codes list. The reason why we require a category is when I take you into Matrix, we have a new screen display called Photo Comparison, which actually takes all of the photos that are categorized as a kitchen, a master bedroom, a living room, and so on, and it displays all of them for each of the listings that you have on the screen. So it's just a way for us to categorize that, okay? So we'll just select this, and this is going to be our, let's say our exterior, okay? Now you'll notice whatever category I select, it actually adds it down below there into the caption box. The caption gives you 50 characters. You don't have to keep that text as the caption. If you'd like to create your own caption, you can certainly do that. Just type it in, okay? In addition, let's say you run out of characters and there were actually a few more things that you'd like to say. You have an optional description box. So the description box will give you 250 characters. So you can really embellish whatever it is that you need to say about this photo. In addition, yes,
Question.
sure.
Where is that seen? That
Where?
description.
This description,
Once you upload it.
oh, this description
Yeah.
right here. When you go into Matrix and you open up the album, you know how normally it gives you the caption underneath it? Underneath the caption, you'll see the description, if there were some. In the album itself.
Yeah, did you say so?
Yeah, it's not the thumbnail. You gotta click into the album.
Album.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, how big is it? It sounds like it would be so small you couldn't read it.
It's readable. It's readable. I mean, I personally haven't seen too many description underneath each of the photos. A lot of times people can fit in what they need to say in the caption there. It also displays, description also displays into the slideshow on homestateofAce.com when a consumer actually pops up the album and they run through the slideshow. Underneath the pictures, they'll see the caption and description too.
You know, I don't know why, but I didn't think it was very obvious that you could put your, change that drop down underneath there.
The caption?
I had no idea. Because I kept I'm like, there are not enough screens,
Yes.
enough descriptions here. And then I go over to the other side and type in all my stuff. I'm like, well, where is that?
Yeah.
To
To be honest, I completely agree with you on that, because when I beta tested it, I said, well, how was I supposed to know that I could change that caption? And they said, oh, well, you'll just figure it out. I'm like, no, that's not how people function.
Yeah.
So I'm with you there. I totally agree.
all those things out.
I just don't know what to tell you, because that's what the programmers told me.
Call it job security, Kim.
Yeah.
You don't show up and learn the stuff.
You got these nerds that assuming we think.
I know. And see, and I've worked with you all
But
long
that's-
enough
you
to
know
know
what?
that,
So
you
here I
know,
am on album.
we wouldn't figure that out.
Here I am on the album on
Yeah.
my photos, and I don't.
You don't see the description?
No.
It should be under album. Let me work with you afterwards, and you know, they may have told me the wrong thing, but they told me it was under album.
Okay.
And as I said, I've not seen too many photos with descriptions attached, so
I've used it before, and you know, if you make it a couple sentences worth, then it does. You know, if it's really long, then
it
kind of
shifts
distorts
everything out of, yeah, it
It's
shifts
just like,
everything
you know,
out
you
of
have
order there.
Now, well landscaped exterior, you know, front
Yeah.
of home, and then below you say something about mature planning, you know, something fairly short. It works for me.
In addition, you also have the ability to delete any photos that you didn't want to add in there. So if there was a photo that you accidentally added in, you can always hit delete, okay, and then when you do save it, it takes that out of the packet. You also have a photo editor tool. Now in the editor tool, we recently enhanced it. So in addition to the zoom feature, which you can zoom in and crop out, you know, the portion of the photo that you want, you also have your rotate right here, so you can just rotate the photo. So if it came in sideways and you needed to flip it, it's there. And you also have your contrast and brightness, which we didn't have a few weeks ago. So this is actually very nice. Normally people would do this outside of the Keystone system, like in Photoshop or Microsoft Photo Editor or something of that nature. You can lighten it, you can do the contrasting, and just kind of, you know, fix the photo to the right, you know, texture or whatever it is that you want it to
Where do you
depict.
get a better result by editing it outside of Matrix or bringing
You know, if you do it outside of the Keystone system, like in a Photoshop, you have a lot more editing tools available. So I would say do it outside of. These, we give you the basic tools. You know, these are things that are just really basic. If you wanted to do, like, you know, the fuzzy edges, or if you wanted to do any special cropping, do that outside of. Okay, so anyhow, you're going to do whatever adjustments you need here, and then when you're finished, you'll just click Done, and it'll save that into the photos. Now, after you've added everything, all of the text for all of these, then you're done. You click on Done. It's going to save that information. See, it's telling me I'm about to delete one photo, because I chose to delete one, and it's going to take it out and reshift them around. Now, you can also change the order of these photos, so just drag and drop it into whichever sort order that you want, okay? Now the photo here in the very first well will become your primary lead-in photo. Your lead-in photo does not have to be an exterior main. However, your exterior main must be designated somewhere within the album, okay? Most people do choose to use the exterior main.